So, out of Deuteronomy 6, it says, "These words that I'm giving you today shall be on your heart. Teach them diligently to your children." So that heart connection for us as teachers of children is really important. And my guess is, looking across this room, these are some very busy women, taking care of kids, jobs, all sorts of things. What counsel would you give to a busy mom, busy teacher, busy woman to keep her heart where it needs to be so that she can effectively teach her children?
I wouldn't assume that you have those wonderful priorities in place, and therefore I would try to instill them first by saying your own faith, your own love for Jesus, love for God, your own satisfaction in Him more than in anything else is as important to your children as their breakfast and lunch and supper. Man shall not live by peanut butter alone, but by every word that comes out of the mouth of God. And you prioritize getting meals for those kids, and you think it would be delinquent of you not to, and it would, but far more delinquent not to feed them what they need for eternal life and for meaningful life in this world. Now, what I say in general to people who say they're too busy to meet God in the morning, I said, did you eat? You didn't need to. Why did you think breakfast was more important than devotions? You got something wrong there. If you got time for breakfast or lunch or dinner, you got time for the Bible. Just skip the meal. One is more important than the other. I'm serious. And since your body won't like that, it will tell you, figure this out. There's a better way to do this. Alarm clocks. Another thing I'd say is, if you're married, have a serious negotiation with your husband when you go home. Like, honey, I need time. I really do. I can't survive without time with God. And I'm having a real hard time finding it. Can we talk about what that means for us? Like Saturday morning, maybe could I have 3 hours and you take them? Or whatever, just whatever works. Women are so different. I mean, some of you were in my wife's session today and you heard the kind of person she is. Well, she's really unique and requires significant, unique affection and adaptation and togetherness. We've been working at this for 50 years. We're still working on it. But the point is, I've met other kinds of women who don't struggle at all with what my wife struggles with. So for me to give, a simple one-size-fits-all advice for how to do devotions or how to find time in your life, I met a woman in Germany who had 5 kids. Now, we had one little kid at the time, and she had 5 kids. I think they were all under 12 or so. And she just kind of cheerfully told Noelle one day, "I'm working on a book." And Noelle said, "How do you do that?" She said, "Oh, I can find about 5 hours a day." So I said, that's another kind of human being. I mean, she just had those kids, doing their expected duties, and she went off and did her thing, I suppose. But that takes a very unusual kind of skill set. But so that's 2 things. Realize that it's more important than food. realize that you need your time, and you should negotiate with your husband, and then just do whatever it takes. You know the story of Susanna Wesley. She had 16 children. And her space, remember, was that she took her apron at the kitchen table and put over her head, made a tent. And the kids, I mean, she was a super disciplinarian. I mean, you read how she spanked her kids, then you realize how she did this. But she just said, when Mama's in the tent, not only nobody's bothering her, they're quiet. So that's one way. The tent, the apron. I don't want to. My wife would want me to say this, I think. Just realize if you've got 4 kids under 8, that's a chapter, and it's unique. And it's not going to be the most productive chapter, except in the most important things, investing in those kids. But you're not going to write a book probably during that chapter, or do too much outside the house. But that chapter will pass. And just real. I mean, Noelle's in a chapter right now. She's quite healthy, I think, at 70, and I'm 72. And we sit in our big house, empty house, and can do anything we want. I mean, we just sit there and. This is amazing. I can do anything I want. It's like being 18 again, or 22 if you're done with college. That's a different chapter. It's a challenging one. It really is. It's a dangerous chapter. It's a dangerous chapter. We have all the retirement income we need. I could quit working at Desiring God tomorrow and live on Social Security, and sail boats for 10 years. That's dangerous. Really dangerous. So I'm not going to do that unless there's a demonic attack of some kind.